Okay then, so we're here with Sheffield United fans.
Harry.
Neil.
Jack.
5-1, you took the lead very early. Did that give a little bit of false promise? How do you analyse the game?
I mean, I feel like we always fall off in the second half and it just falls apart, and it feels like defensively we're just not good enough really.
Yeah, played really well first half. Took the game to Newcastle. Played really well. I thought we could have gone in up at the half time.
Yeah, was 5-1 a scoreline that reflected the game? Or?
Oh yeah, overall.
Yeah.
It's what money gives you.
First half was good. Second half, not that good. Just didn't really have the desire to stay up. Just didn't really like. So yeah, 5-1 overall. They deserved it.
I mean, it's pretty much relegation for you guys, unfortunately, now.
Oh, yeah.
Going into the season, I know obviously you guys didn't have a massive transfer war chest or anything like that. Is this just kind of what you expected, so you're not too disheartened, or what's your thoughts?
I feel like we would have done all right without injuries, because you can see attacking wise we're all right. Like, we can score goals, but defensively we had our captain out first 5 games or something, and they're not really good enough backups. So I thought we were going to be in the scrap, but not as far adrift as we are.
Yeah, I think in hindsight, I think we were doomed from before the ball was kicked at the start of the season. You lose your best 2 players in the last week before the season starts. Guardiola, anyone wouldn't have kept us up. We've just not got the resources.
It's money at the end of the day. I think that's what it boils down to. How would you analyse the season overall as well?
Not really that good. I think that Chris Wilder needed the whole season to develop the players to his style of play, but just didn't really like it. So.
I mean, this season in the Championship there's a lot of juggernauts. Leicester went down, Leeds went down, a lot of tough teams. When you go down, you'll probably go down with Burnley and a couple of others. How hopeful are you next season as well, looking at next season?
I think we'll have a good go because of how well we play on the attack, and I think we've got a Championship level defence that's shown in all the results. And if we can keep a lot more clean sheets in the Championship with the attack we've got and the attacking know-how of Chris Wilder, I think we'll do all right.
Yeah, you've got that Ben Diaz, he looks fantastic. You've got Archer, who's a cracking young player and stuff like that. Is it just defensively that's let you down?
They're not likely to be with us. The thing we've got going for us, I consider him our best ever manager for what he's done for the club. Yeah. So Chris Wilder, he's the factor that's where our hope is, because he knows the club's inside out, and he knows what everyone expects.
Yeah, will he stick? Do you reckon he'll still be the manager? 100%,
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I really want him to stay, and I think he'll sell a lot of players, but buy a lot of players and then make them Premier League standard, and I think we'll go straight back up and do well.
Yeah, we touched on it before about you possibly losing star players. Is that a concern? Do you think there's much transfer budget in the summer as well?
We'll have some. It won't be the worst, but I think there are. I just know players that want. Brereton Diaz is a good player. A Premier League will come in for him. Premier League team. Cameron Archer's a good player. Fit in really well at some clubs, and I think Aston Villa will have him back. He wants to be playing in the Premier League really, so because he's that good.
Cracking player, so pace on him is great.
Yeah, but there's how many is it? 10 players out of contract, first team players. So Chris Wilder's already said in interviews that it's going to be the biggest transfer window he's had at the So it's going to be exciting because he can bring in who he wants, and hopefully you can repeat what we did just before lockdown. But
so he mentions there that it's exciting. I would imagine it's a little bit nervous because any sort of rebuild, you're thinking, it could go wrong, it could go right.
Well, you've seen Arblaster today, cracking player. I mean, we've got some really good youth. We've got some good older players. Robinson will stick. Osborne, the sort of players that you want in your team. They'll fight for everything. They did today. All the players, fought for everything. Had a bit of bad luck again. Should have scored. Couple, 3. Obviously, the ref's in the Newcastle's pocket, of course.
And then obviously you guys will know the Championship a lot better and stuff like that. I know you guys are veterans of it.
We've been there.
Been there, bought the T-shirt. But next season, you'll have Burnley drop down and stuff like that. You'll have Middlesbrough and Sunderland and some others and stuff like that. How do you see the kind of the playoffs and who might win it next season as well? Because you'll be favourites.
It's a good league. It's an exciting league. It's good. It's really good. But there is such a dwarf in, there's such a gap between the Championship and the bottom half dozen teams in the Premier League, But even then, every team that's been to Bramley, it's been really enjoyable watching it because you watch the opposition, and every time, it's just every year I think it gets better. Since we're in the Premier League 2 seasons ago, it's a lot better. It really is the standard. It just goes up and up, and it's to try and compete. You've got to have everything right. No weak players. Everybody's got to be strong. They've got to be fast. But then the manager's got to get it right. Everything's got to go right every game, and it's as crucial as that. Because we could have had another 10 or 12 points easy as anything, but it's just those little fractions where the really good teams you're not in it. You can't. They just win out.
Yeah, and then I'm curious as well to get the away perspective of Newcastle. What's your thoughts on Newcastle having played them?
The city or the club?
The club, the football team.
The team's good, but I feel like with all their got injury problems, I think, and then obviously Tonali out. I think very good team, but could be not the same as last season, but could be up there again next season. You never know.
Yeah. Was there any stars that stood out that really impressed you for Newcastle?
I wasn't that impressed with what they call him in the middle. Bruno. But then in the second half I was. He seemed to take it easy. I was very impressed with the stadium. First time I've been here. I've been to Sunderland before and I was impressed with their stadium. Fantastic, really good atmosphere, really good occasion. I was lucky. I went to Barcelona's ground, Nou Camp, and it had a bit of a feel of a big stadium. I mean, if they took that all the way around, it'd be amazing. It would be incredible. But it's fantastic. It goes, it's so high and just very impressive. The stadium,
in the city centre as well.
And the fans, of course. I mean, you always get 50,000 wherever you are. And it's great. I think Sheffield United. We always like Newcastle and Sunderland and teams. The proper teams. But they're a big team. Newcastle, obviously, big team.
And then was there anyone who you liked or impressed you today for Newcastle?
Probably Isaac. I think that's how I say it. Because didn't he score a couple of goals?
2, we got 2. Yeah.
Just a great all-out striker, and I think he's still young, isn't he? Yeah. So he's got a lot of potential for the future. Yeah, right, there we go then, lads. Thank you very much. No worries. Enjoy the rest of the season as well. Cheers very much.